you a little eval of, I know I didn't have all the notes on it, but today's warm-up was what? Okay, so we're going to run through it as if you're going to do it like your warm-up. So you go ahead and put your PVC down. I'm going to start clock. When this hits 0, you're going to do 30 seconds of high knees. I don't care if you guys don't want to work out or not, you get to feel what the members get to feel right now, and you are on. So, we're going to bring that heart rate up a little bit. Just going to get moving here. You guys can talk to the other people that are around you. I'm not going to do a question of the day. This is where you would take a question of the day and integrate it in, maybe not right here. Butt kickers. Give me some, just feel the butt. If you're sick of running, you can just give me a little quad stretch if you need to. Got no butt. You can't hit your butt. Hamstring's formed. Alright, we're almost there, guys. Got a couple more seconds. You can hang on to it. You can do it. Alright, we're going to go lateral shuffle. Let's go on you. If you're inside the box, you're just going to stay in your box. If you're outside the box, don't run into somebody. Keep that chest up for me. Just get those eyes up a little bit. Don't let those shoulders sway around a bunch. Halfway through it. Couple more seconds. Couple jumps. Let's go. Alright, you guys are good. So we're going to start into some neck circles. Nice big circles. We're going to go 10 each direction. I'm going to lead you fast. Your job is to keep up and quality of movement. Once you hit 10 one way, we're going to go 10 the other. If you feel dizzy at any point on this, stop. Don't do it. I don't want you falling over. You do have the AED over there. I will hook it up to you. So if you're on the ground, what did I just do right there, guys? Hopefully you guys are paying attention to everything that we're doing. Alright, we're going to arm circles. Hey, look, the group started. Culture. You guys know what you're doing. So you didn't need me to cue you. Because you guys know what you're supposed to be doing. And make sure let's go backwards. The goal is to have me never have to talk to you. Because you know what to do. So we're going to go to the wrists. We got some cleans today. Working our barbell stuff. So we need to get those wrists moving. I hear everybody whine about the wrist hurting on the front rack, and then you never do anything to mitigate that. This is 30 seconds of work, and you should be spending about 30 minutes for some of you guys. Make sure to change directions. We're going to open up the hips. So look, James is on it. James just went in those hip circles. We're going to follow suit. Nice big circles. 10 each direction again. Switch directions if you have not yet. Remember, I want you guys moving quick through this. We're looking to elevate the heart. We're looking to lubricate those joints. We're going to go down those knees on some knee circles. Quick. These should be relatively fast. 10 each direction. Right after you're done with your knees, you can move right into those ankles. You can either hold it out in front of you, you can do a circle, or you can kind of put some pressure on that toe and do a circle. Sweet, we just worked from top to bottom through all of our joints. Now is when you would get on a foam roller or get on a band to help improve your end range. We're only halfway through. So we're going to go some good mornings. We've got our PVC on our back, and you're going to hinge. I want to see that chest up, flat backs. You guys can do this as a straight leg if you want. The goal is to feel a little bit in the hamstrings. Hopefully every single one of you has watched the awesome video that Andrew did. It's been posted on the coach's page and was posted at it. Goes out to all the at-home people, walking through this exact thing and some of the reasons why. So we're going to go pass-throughs now. You did a good job. You did. So You guys can be talking, or are you guys not talking because your heart rate's coming up and you're starting to breathe heavy? You don't want to have to try to do that. So on these, I want you to push away. Try to push as far away as you can. Look at James, he's going to that windmill, perfect. So we're going to take a nice wide stance. You're trying to touch the opposite toe, the ground out in front of it. Stand tall and go to the other side. Look. I have no music. You should have a little bit of music going right now so people don't have to hear each other grunting and or whatever. Swearing. Yeah. So we're going to move to the leg swings. Now we're going to go 10 swings with the leg.
Yeah,
Right, you kick as high as you can.
Your video the other day, I tried to work out without music. You can hear all the bones creaking. I'm like, never again.
All right, we're going to cross the body now. You guys can go right to the next side as soon as you hit 10.
Yeah, the warm-up isn't real unless you're talking over other people.
How's the back row doing?
You're making it happen.
They look so happy. You look like you're being put through your death march or something.
Best day ever. Oh yeah.
Why do we do this? I made this, right?
Alright, I'm going to go ahead and lay on your back. Vicky, you're talking on your back. You're going to demo. So we're going to go 4 wipers. 1 leg up. We're going to rotate. We're going to do 10 total, so that's 5 on each side. A couple different ways you guys can think about this. Shoulders, try to keep them on the floor. Or, for a different purpose, we could let your shoulder come up. You might be able to get a little more rotation into that upper back. As soon as you guys are done, we're rolling right over into a scorpion. Again, if you keep your chest on the ground, you'll get a little bit more of a pec stretch. Depends on how you feel with it today. You hit 10, you're going to roll over, you're going to give me 10 glute bridges. Staying on the floor. I want to see you be able to wiggle those toes. Drive those hips up. As soon as you're done with 10, we're going to flow right into the world's greatest. You're going to cradle or hug that knee, step out into a lunge. Drive that elbow to the arch, so we're going to work the hips. And then we're going to work the T-spine. We're going to reach and rotate. We have a front rack. We're going to get this bar too. Actually, no, we're going overhead today because we're snatching. We're snatching. So, well, we're not snatching. We're going to go through the process. So we're just going about 10 world's greatest. I don't want you hanging out for more than a second right now. Most of you guys, as we age, we need movement to get blood into those ligaments and tendons. You hanging out in a static stretch does not do that. So when you're exercising, you need blood into those ligaments and tendons. That's why we move. We're going to roll right into a toy soldier march. You're going to kick and then hinge without falling over. That was a terrible demonstration that I did. If any of you were looking at me, don't do it. Don't make me do a star jump.
I was going to say.
Yeah,
No,
please
don't, not today.
Yeah, burpee toe touches. I beat a cheerleader on it. Alright, so if we don't have a wall, we're just going to go arms behind our head. I'm going to pull on your neck, and we're going to go 10 squats. I do not want to see your chest fall forward at all. Pre-COVID, we would go over to the wall, and that is the implement that would help keep us from rolling forward. So just like Andrew's doing over there. Alright. Who has the heart rate monitor on? So you're up, right? Okay, so we're going to come back in. You can kind of sit down or move in. We're just going to talk a little bit now. You guys are warm. Who is warm? Okay, you're warm, you moved, and all that. What? Now, all this stuff is in the coach's notes. I'm not expecting your version of this. And I'm not because I want to be Troy and I'm God and you tell me what I say. This is because it is Sasquatch. What we do, what we represent as a brand. Don't know who to pick on. Does anybody want to volunteer why what you just saw is important every time someone comes to your class? Besides you.
That's why I do this.
Yes.
So it allows the athlete to take personal responsibility for themselves, and allows us as that coach to start evaluating them and where we might have to look for some athletes that are working through, or any injuries they might have, or any tightness, soreness, things that they're working on.
Perfect. Why can you not let them come in and just jump on a foam roller? She answered it. Sorry, I was just. Yeah, because if they come in and get on a foam roller, you get none of that. You guys understand that? And I fight it every day. The people that I coach, I don't allow it. I'm like, get off the foam roller. Go until I see you go through some hip stuff, then you can get on the foam roller. And I don't be a dick about it. I mean, it depends. I have to read the room. I got to know how to talk to that person and all that. But it's not just come over. If you come over and throw a band up and start stretching your lat and your shoulder and you haven't done arm circles yet, you're not starting in a good position. So being able to talk to your member, and pre-COVID, people come in and spend 15 minutes in class doing extra work. The biggest thing that she said, the reason for a coach that is important, that your people come in and move, is because now I can assess them. Even if I'm coaching class and Bonnie's over here, I can be like, oh yeah, she's having problems with that pass through. I know she might have a shoulder issue. If we're doing snatch, I put that in my bank for when I'm coaching later on. Now I know that she might have an issue. Or if someone was like, and I didn't pick any of you guys out, if someone's hips look tight and some of the things we were doing, Brandon was spending more time in the lunge. But that's also why I said, hey, I want you guys moving. Now I gotta be like, Brandon's squat is probably gonna be a little bit iffy when we go to do this overhead work in the barbell complex. Did you want to say something?
I was giving Brandon a hard time, but
Oh.
so the reason we do the get loose, so people when they go out of the gym, they can kind of do that for themselves. So it's a good setup.
Exactly.
Anytime you do
Exactly.
if you
Ties in, right? I know a little bit. If they're out wearing their cool Sasquatch shirt at the 5K over there and they're doing kind of this getting loose stuff, and they someone may be like, hey, where did you learn that? Touching outside the walls, not even intentionally.
education.
Yeah, and education. So that is an assessment tool that you should be using low key, making everybody, when everybody comes in, encouraging them to do that because you feel it's important to you. And this is where kind of, I'm not going to try to get mad or anything. I don't think the reason that you guys make people do it is because it's not important. You don't really care. And did I say that out loud?
Yeah.
Probably shouldn't have.
Okay.
That's what I see when I come in and I see it and I'm doing an eval and you're not talking with the person that is telling me that you're not really interested in educating them and helping them get to the next level. Because this is going to tie right into what Alex is going to lead us through here right now. So we don't have to do all kinds of crazy like mobility stuff and everything. We're going to roll right from this warm up. How many of you guys that did this warm up look like that this morning? What? A little slower. Why? So why do we do it at speed? Well, okay, there's two different ways. When we lead it in class, it should look like that. When they're doing it on their own, the pace is going to be a little bit different. Why do we do it at speed? Yeah, why are most people here? Well, and are they looking, they're not here because they're like, hey, I want to go bench press a bunch, right? So they want to get the heart rate up, they want to feel that. So we're giving them that as well as taking care of them at the same time.
Yeah, that was the only one today.
Yeah, and if that's the only warm-up today, could you have gone into your Penlay rows? Could you have assessed them like, hey, I know I got Penlay rows going on. I got a lot of time, so I'm gonna actually work with Alex over here a little bit different. You can go through that, get loose, and then break everybody out and start lifting. No problem. Does anybody think they couldn't have done Penlay rows today after doing that? Is there a few more activation things we could have thrown in? Of course. So that's how important that is. That's why we do it. And it's going to probably beat it at, Ronnie, how many times you heard this speech? A bunch. But it needs to be a part of what we do that makes us different than F45, Orange Theory, CrossFit gyms, all that other stuff.
So quick question, in your coach's notes for the 30 seconds of high knees, butt kickers, and side shuffles, it says it conditions that with because we can't run or row because of COVID. Jump rope is also in there.
You can jump.
Jump rope is in there. So, because what I've noticed with the ISSAQUA class, and I don't know anybody out by name as far as members go, there's a 0% chance they're going to do 30 seconds of high knees, regardless of how they try to stay on about it. They'll do like 6 seconds of high knees, and then I stand there with a running clock. So is it better just to meet them where they are?
Alright, I'm gonna challenge your coaching style on it. Are you really connecting with the people? Are you getting them to laugh? Are you getting them to have fun? If they're not having fun, if you can't joke with them while they're doing it or poke a little fun at them, if you gotta develop that relationship, they'll do it. I've been in that same boat.
So
It's gonna be work.
I use the same jokes a lot. So if I say something funny once, I'm like, whatever. One time it just slipped out. I was like, if you can't do 30 seconds of high knees, you got other problems. And so I'm challenging them to show me that.
And yes, I understand it. It is a little bit of an issue, but I don't think it's not overcomable.
Right.
Okay. Is it a suitable replacement though to have them jump rope?
Oh yeah, that's what I would be like, because the only reason we're not running, does anybody know why we're not running right now? Because we can't maintain 6 feet of distance when we come in and out the door. That's really the only reason, because we're actually trying to abide by the rules. So it means you have to stay in your square and none of the members can be within 6 feet of each other passing. That's the only reason why we're not running. So yes, if they want to jump rope, if there's an assault bike in the workout, you got, yeah, ride the assault bike for a minute and a half. Totally fine to make those kind of little changes if the equipment it's not going to be a pain in the butt. Like if it's going to be like, hey, I want to go together for 30 seconds, and you're like, no, then that's different. So I know there is issue there, but I think it can be overcome with some of the pogo stuff. So we roll right into the next one?
Yep.
You know, we're kind of warm. Alex is going to lead us through the barbell complex now. So you guys did want to do a little bit more learning why we do some of these things in coaching, how to coach these things, was what you guys said you wanted to do. So we figured this would be a good one to run everyone through. And I would organize the room like we normally do.
Guys, can I get you first off to just line up maybe every other mat? We're gonna line up with the platforms. We should just have maybe 3 rows. Columns, I don't know, of people. Yeah, 4 rows. I don't care. Let's get in line up. That way you can follow somebody that's in front of you as well, not just me in case you can't see me. We're gonna start off, we're gonna find that snatch grip. You're gonna forward fold, straighten out your elbows, grip that bar, knuckles down, stand up nice and tall. Upper back is tight, lats are engaged. We're gonna slide that bar down our thighs to about mid-shins, flat down. And then we're gonna pull it right back up into that hip. Give me 2 more of those snatch grip eccentric deadlifts. Nice, guys. Keeping good balance with the feet, eyes up. Good. Then we're gonna go into the 3 dip, drive, and shrug. Okay, I'm just dipping chest behind the bar, popping with my knees, and shrugging. Timing enough to get that bar to flow. We're gonna flow right into 3, elbows high and outside. And we're gonna continue that bar path and that momentum on the bar by pulling nice and high. And then right into 3 muscle snatch. Okay, driving, pulling, punching into that top. 2, 3, and hold it up on the 3rd. We're gonna go right into 3 overhead squats, keep those heels down, chest up. My knees are out. Okay, I'm breathing. Nice job, Zach. Just figuring it out right now. Good. And then go back that bar, guys. Good. We're gonna go right into some drop snatch. Okay, we're gonna work our way down to the bottom catch. Okay, so I'm gonna go quarter. Just a quick balance. Catch. Move my feet back up. Bring it back down. We're gonna go a little bit lower, about halfway down. Good. Nice and quick under that bar the 3rd time. All the way down a little bit faster. Nice job standing up. Good, guys. We can bring it back down. We're gonna do some of those duck walks. steps here. Try to keep the pressure in my hips off my knees. I'm going to take 5 small steps forward and 5 small steps backward. Okay, we'll stand on up. And doing that side press, if you're familiar with it, go ahead and hit the bottom and press out. Otherwise, I'm going to work my way down. I'm going to drop, nice quarter squat, press up, bring that bar back down. If I can go lower, keep my heels down. I'll go lower, press up, lock out, down, and then finish as low as I can. Press it out and stand. Bring that bar back to the hang. We're going to finish up with 3 of those hang snatch from down mid-shin, just with the bar. We're going to pass that full movement, full squat. Nice quick turn over. If I can power and overhead squat, that's fine. Let's go 3. Thanks, guys. And then we'll set down those bars. Check it out. 30 seconds. Here we're going to do another one. If you guys want to go to the technique bar, throw your lifters on. You throw your lifters on right now. Can you check your phone? Can you check your phone? Jess, can you check your phone? Good. You need your lifters? Alright, guys. Who needs a heavier bar? You have a heavier bar.
No one wants heavy.
Nobody else wants a heavier bar.
Oh, that's true.
Ah, you want heavy
You
bar?
guys want to do this with the heavier bar and learn a little bit around practice? Be my guest. Hey, go grab a bar. Andrew's like, okay.
You're on.
Bradley's going to do
You got
that.
10 seconds. So
Yeah, 10. I
Stop
think you
partying.
It's okay. We're going to do a third round. You guys go ahead and set up on that snatch grip. It's the same thing. We're doing 3 of those snatch grip eccentric deadlifts. Okay, keeping that bar in contact with my body the whole way down, the whole way up. Right into 3 of those dip, drive and shrug. Chest is behind the bar. I drive with my knees. I shrug. Pop that bar with my legs here. I'm not trying to flick it with my hips. Just pressing with my knees down and forward. We're going to continue that momentum. Going into those levels high and outside here for 3. And then right into that muscle snatch. I'm going to drive full punch. My feet. He's already working his way into his overhead squats and drop snatch. We're going to go overhead squat for 3. You guys want to move along at your own pace, be my guest. Eyes up, tap. Press that bar back. We're going to backtrack. Into that drop snatch, guys. You can go quarter pound full, or you can go all the way into that lowest position you feel comfortable with. John, let's bring those eyes up, bud. Good. And next we got that duck walk. 5 steps forward, 5 steps backward. You guys just got it. You guys are good. You guys are pressing snatch that socks press, same thing. Let's find that lowest position we found in our first round and press 3 reps. From there, and stand up, and we'll finish with 3 hang snatch. Pass it through that full squat here, guys. Settle down, shake it out. If you can grab a bar, you can grab a bar. We're gonna go 30 seconds rest and then go again. Warm. Good. So we're just trying to shake the rust off, get a feel for the weight, get a feel for the positions here, guys. A little bit more blood flowing into our joints. Get ready to go. So let's do this third round a little bit faster. You guys are going to go a little bit more on your own. I'm going to come around, check you out. Start off with those 3 snatch grip eccentric deadlifts. If you're lost, watch somebody in front of you. You got 3 of those going into 3 of those dip, drive, and shrug legs. Keep that bar close to your body. Float it with your knees. And then right into 3 of those elbows high outside.